Hi everybody, Michael Berge with Digiday, and we are back here on the afternoon of day 2 of Possible, and I'm very happy to have with me Donna Speciale, who is the President of Advertising Sales and Marketing for TelevisaUnivision. Welcome, Donna.
Thank you, Michael.
Great to see you. It's been a while.
I'm so happy to see you. It's been way too long.
It has been too long. Let's why you're here at Possible. What brings you to this? What do you hope to learn from Possible? And what messages are you here to deliver?
Well, I am thrilled. It's in Miami.
It's your hometown now, right?
It's now my hometown, but it's the hub, the Latin hub. So we're very, very excited to have them here. And I think, Christian said that this is going to be the home of Possible for a very long time. So we're thrilled with it. But I did not come last year, and I heard, so much of the buzz that was going on last year, and I had some FOMO. So I was very excited to join, and TelevisaUnivision is actually a sponsor, and we're leaning in. Latino market and audience is obviously here in Miami, and it's all about culture.
Yep.
And this is really, really important. And I'm looking around, and if you're looking at some of the panels that are actually taking place here over the next 2 to 3 days, culture is at the center of a lot of the discussions.
Absolutely. No, it's a really good point. Speaking of, Hispanic television, one of the problems seems to be that there's still issues with proper measurement and representing kind of diverse audiences. That obviously affects your business, so I'm sure you're hard at work trying to figure out how to solve for that. What would you say are the problems, and how do you approach the solutions?
Yeah, this has been a really big topic for us. We realized very early on when I got here that when we started digging into the data sets, third-party data sets, that it was very much underrepresented. We are now almost 20% of the population. Yep. The data sets, the third-party data sets, were basically only 5 or 6 at that time. So the first thing we did is we took it upon ourselves to build our own household graph. That we now have over 95% of our audience represented. It is not a closed platform. A lot of clients lean in and utilize the data for them, and then we do it with them as well. So that was the first thing that we had to do day one. What we also started realizing when Nielsen started talking about panel plus big data, and you started looking at that, that was shocking. Because what's happening now is it has been years and years of underrepresented of multicultural audiences, to the point of close to anywhere 15 to 17% of a differential, that our audience gets when you use panel plus big data. Wow. So this is a huge topic of conversation, and we are going into this up front, doing that measurement right now for our deals.
Okay, you just said up front, so I have to ask you about the marketplace. I guess a little bit, maybe start off by telling me a little bit about how you feel TelevisaUnivision is now perceived versus when you started there 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I know you've worked hard to change that perception, but then also we'll talk a little bit in a moment about the marketplace itself and how healthy it is for sellers. But let's start with the first.
When I first came, it was Univision, wasn't
Yes.
TelevisaUnivision. They played in the upfront. It just was, they were always actually put behind. It was last. You know how the broadcast goes, and then cable goes, and so there's this pattern. Now we have a seat at the table when everybody's doing Disney, NBCU, Paramount Plus, TelevisaUnivision is talking. We're there at the same time in the beginning of all the conversations. That was the first thing that changed immediately. And I'll be honest, we've been going one by one, talking to each client, because there is still a lot of clients that do not lean into the Hispanic audience, not just on our networks.
Despite that those consumers are there.
Despite the consumers being 20%, it's a huge growth opportunity that a lot of clients have noticed, and we have brought in close to now 250 new advertisers to Hispanic marketing, which is crucial.
Yep.
But there are still hundreds of clients that don't lean in. So every year, upfront is a huge foundation for us to get those new advertisers on board. Obviously, get those advertisers that do lean in to do more, because they're still not giving us their fair share. They're just dipping their toe in the water. Now it's time for them to really push it to the metal.
Put the whole foot in there at least,
Yes.
if not up to the knee. Okay, and the marketplace itself, looking forward to what this market's going to be like. Is it going to be advantageous for sellers? Is it another buyer's market? What are the forces?
I'm not going to say it's early. It's feeling like last year.
Okay.
Which there were winners and losers, and I still think you're going to see that again.
Yeah.
There's a lot more competition.
Yeah.
There was
no
Amazon. Netflix is now part of it in the streaming business. So streaming is definitely where the dollars are skewing. We have VIX, has been with us now for 3 years.
Yep.
Huge streaming platform, doing really, really well. So we have all platforms for all Hispanic, Spanish speaking across all of our platforms now. So streaming was a big part of it. Obviously linear, 2 broadcast networks, 2 cable networks, Euphoria, radio brands. So we sell it all.
So you got to bring in the whole package except for out of home, I think.
We do. That we don't do. That's interesting.
Yeah. Cool. You talked a little bit about culture before, and culture is a big part of the discussion here. One of the themes I'm picking up on is just how to reach consumers in ways that they want to be reached. Culture is an integral part of that. How do you all leverage that for your audience, which places a very high value on culture?
The Hispanic audience is basically all culture focused. I mean, if you think about our brands and our networks, we represent everything that Hispanic passion is all about. Mm-hmm. We have football, soccer. 50% of football and soccer we have on our networks. Okay, it is a huge, huge passion point. We have music tent poles, all of the music. So think about it: soccer, music, and I would say news. Okay?
Yep.
Those 3 pieces of the puzzle, we basically own.
Yep.
And brands are looking for that relevancy, okay, for their brands.
Yeah.
And Hispanic is all about culture. I mean, it's not spots and dots. It's really about the relevancy and dipping in and having that audience connection with the culture of the Hispanic audience. And that's what we bring to the table.
Cool. Well, listen, I know you have a lot of other things to do here at Possible, so I'm going to let you go. But
it's
I'm glad you made it,
I am
because
too.
you did miss out last year. It's good that you're here.
I know.
So.
It's going to be here for a while. I'm really, really excited.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, Donna Speciale with TelevisaUnivision.
Thank you.
Cheers.